I open a channel in the safe and protected space, and I call forth all well-intentioned energies and entities that wish to bring forth messages for the collective's highest good, harm unto none, for the collective's best possible, happiest timeline. Please remove my influence from these collective readings and allow me to see, hear, taste, touch, sense, smell, know, feel, understand anything that collective needs to know. Yeah, for some reason I feel like I'm seeing wings. Not the wings of a bird, but the wings like on the back, like an angel. And then I hear a plane. Is that supposed to be a confirmation? Is that a plane? A private plane. Nice. Yeah. Seeing the wings again. Except now I see them like they just, like the wings of an angel in movies or comics or TV shows where you see it, how it extends first up and then out. When they make that big flashy appearance of the wings. So when I heard the plane, my first thought was ascension. Is someone getting their wings? I know that can be taken a few different ways. That could either be ascension in spirituality or ascension as in transitioning, passing on. That almost looked like a flower, but then it turned into a star. Like a five-petaled flower that turned into a 5-pointed star. And then that made me think of the Fibonacci sequence. And that looks like a dove. Doves symbolize peace, serenity, protection, messengers, love, unconditional love. Yeah. And I see the dove taking off into flight. That's kind of all I'm seeing. So I'm getting the sense that someone is getting their wings. And that could mean that someone is ascending, but that could also mean that someone is transitioning. or passing on. If you or someone, if you're ascending, then congratulations. You might be experiencing some ascension symptoms. But if someone is transitioning from this life to the next, my deepest condolences. But the fact that I saw wings, and specifically wings coming from the back, then given that I saw wings coming from the back, the honorable mention card was Unholy Aura. But the fact that I saw wings and doves, if someone is transitioning or passing on, please rest assured that they are ascending. They are moving up to a newer, higher path that their soul now needs to take. They could become an ancestor or a guardian of some sort. And even though this person might be leaving this life, it is not for any bad reason at all. They will be at peace. And I'm getting the sense that they already are at peace, even if they have not transitioned yet. But if this is someone who has already transitioned, then this is the message that they are at peace and that they are essentially ascending to their next phase. If no one is transitioning and you or someone you know is just ascending, if no one is transitioning and you're just ascending to a higher spiritual next level or just an evolution, then again, congratulations. That's ultimately what we all want to do, is level up. We have Life Giver in the reversal. He giveth life, and he can taketh away. With Life Giver in the reversal, this might confirm that someone is probably going to transition. If they haven't already transitioned, then someone might be transitioning soon. I wasn't trying to have this particular message, but I can't control what messages come through. I am only a conduit. We have Inherent Wound as the next card. I feel like with with the passing or the transitioning of this particular person, if this is about a passing, then you are probably going to need healing. And you're probably going to have to resolve certain things within yourself, either before this person transitions, or if this person has already transitioned, then you're going to have to make peace with yourself in some type of way. If this person if you and whoever this person is, if there was friction between the two of you that is not settled or was not settled, then this is essentially the time to settle it. And another thing, if this is about ascension, not a person transitioning, but if this is about you going through a spiritual evolution or some type of evolutionary ascension, then Life Giver in the reversal is essentially talking about needing to understand the circle of life, needing to understand that fits with when I said I thought of the Fibonacci sequence, how everything is a pattern, how human evolution itself, whether it be physical evolution, mental, emotional, psychological evolution, spiritual evolution, it is a pattern, it's a cycle. Things are cyclical. There is a cause and effect. There is a balance. There's a domino effect. And it's like, if you take a life, and this doesn't even have to be taking a life, but it could be like hurting someone. If you hurt someone, I hope you also understand that you inevitably also hurt yourself, because that is part of the balance. It is the conscience, the karma and dharma. It is the circle of life. It is part of that evolution. So this collective, it does feel two different ways. Again, the ascension. Again, it's either a person going through a level up type of evolution, ascension, or it could be someone who is passing or has already passed, and they have essentially leveled up and gained their wings. Gosh, I need to, this deck of cards. I put too many cards in it. I put one too many cards. I can barely shuffle this without, We have gruesome deformity in the reversal. This card symbolizes be careful what you wish for, but in the reversal, it I'm sensing that you understand the weight of choices and the circle of life. And maybe you haven't always understood, but you're beginning to understand. You're beginning to understand that there is a domino effect to everything, and we should be conscientious of our own ripple effects. Especially in regards to life itself. Feels like a tough message. I feel like you might need to open your eyes a little bit more. I did mention how you could be learning the cause and effect of life, or the balance of life. I feel like you might still need a bit more to learn, or you might need to train your ability to see things a bit more clearly. This could be about seeing your own cause and effect, but this could also just be about seeing people for who they actually are. And if this message is about a person transitioning, then it's almost like, if this message is about a person transitioning, a person who already did transition, or a person who is in the process of transitioning or will transition soon, then I'm getting the sense that they have come to terms with certain things. And now it's your turn. Like, it's your turn to come to terms with certain things, whether that be coming to terms with a person's passing, or coming to terms with the fact that there might not be some type of closure that you might wish for, especially with this inherent wound card out here. Going back to what I mentioned about if there was friction between you and this person, you might not have closure. And if you do get a measure of closure, it's like you might close yourself off from that closure. But I feel like this is saying don't close yourself off. And if you don't get the closure, then it's like you'll have to see that you'll have to provide the closure yourself. And there is a saying, which is that we don't need another person to give us closure. But it is rather nice, though, when someone can actually step up to that plate and be brave to provide that closure. But we don't always get what we want. And that is part of life. That is part of the cycle of life. And it's kind of, what will you do if you don't get the closure you need? I saw this in the split deck while I was talking a little while back, but I didn't take it. But it came out. This is stealing in the reversal. Like mugging in the reversal, stealing. If you're dealing with another person that probably took from you, this is probably what you need closure on. If you are ascending, for example, and you are evolving, then you are in the process of learning how to essentially transmute and see things for what they really are before things can actually happen, because you've already experienced certain things. Now, if this is about a person that has transitioned, is transitioning, or will transition, then essentially this transition that they're going through, this passing, is a direct karma due to the things that they have done. At least that's what I'm getting. But in the reversal, again, it's with this other card, like be careful what you wish for. With the stealing card in reverse, both of those are in reverse. So it's very much like having a conscience, making amends. Making amends is one of the fastest ways to, like, having remorse, having regret, making amends, making a change. That's one of the fastest ways to gain your wings. Atoning for what you've done, atoning for what someone has done. I didn't think that this reading was going to get this loaded. I don't know if I'm going to trim this and make this a shorter video. I think that would be difficult. If anything, this might be a multi-parter video. So if that Hand of Enlightenment card is there, then what is the other card that flipped out, that turned over? Knew it. I knew I saw a card that flipped over. We have Grim Affliction in the upright. Even the small wounds let hope bleed out. Hand of Enlightenment, Heart Piercer Bow in the reversal. With Tower Defense on the bottom of the deck. This is confirming that healing still needs to be done. Probably on a much deeper level. If you are the person that is ascending and evolving, then you still need healing to do. I feel like you have to heal some more inner wounds that you probably didn't know was actually affecting you in some type of way. And the best way to heal is to become enlightened in order to heal whatever heartache there might still be, because I feel like you're still closed off in some type of way with tower defense. Like you feel like you need to protect yourself in some type of way against something. Now, if this reading is about a person that is transitioning or has transitioned or will transition, I feel like this transition, I think the same thing. Like you may need to heal. Usually on a person's deathbed is when we make the most atonement. When you have to reach a certain measure of actual internal peace, of enlightenment, because the end is near. There's nothing to be done after that, so the only thing left is to be at peace and atone in whatever ways, even if it be really small ways. And in reality, it shouldn't take being on a person's deathbed in order to atone and make amends. So this may not be true for all of you, but someone might have spent a good chunk of their later life trying to atone for something, and someone, could be you or could be someone else, might have just refused any forgiveness, refused any amends that someone tried to make. Or this could be a situation where someone is nearing the end and they've realized that they only have so little time, or no time at all if this person has already transitioned, to make that atonement to you directly. In which case, that closure does fall to you. It falls to you to heal the wounds through enlightenment, because the person that inflicted the wounds has already come to their senses. And even though you can't see it, and even though you don't want to see it or accept it or believe it, it is only your wounds that's keeping hope from allowing you to see. Ooh. Even though whatever was done was already done, and it doesn't need to be held on to any longer. There is a reason why, when it comes time for us to pass, why we don't hold on to certain things. Because if we hold on to certain things, we stay stuck. We are unable to ascend, unable to evolve, unable to move on to the next phase, and then we just repeat the cycle because there was no change. So I feel like this is twofold. Well, I mean, I've been saying that the entire reading. This is manyfold. So for those of you that are ascending, for those of you that are evolving and reaching higher spiritual, psychological, mental, emotional, physical heights, then just continue to look inside yourself, continue to heal what needs to be healed, continue to create closure for yourself and create closure for people that you may have wronged along your journey. And if you are the person that has lost someone due to the natural cycle of life, and when I say natural cycle, I just mean life in general, then it is up to you to make peace with certain things. And making peace isn't easy to do, but that's what enlightenment is all about. It is that journey of peace. And whoever has transitioned, they have looked inside themselves and they have righted their own wrongs within their own soul, which is how they were able to gain their wings. Even if you don't agree with it, healing is within. This was a loaded message. I hope this resonated with you, and if you would like a private one-on-one with me, you can go to my Linktree Tempest Trade or DM me on any of my social media. Until next time, bye.